me for my voice, but I have never seen anything like it.
Do you believe in miracles? Yes! Unbelievable.
Hey, welcome back to the show. It's Andrew Zimmel, your host as always, talking to you about HBO Max today, what it has, what it's missing, what it needs to do to catch up to Netflix, Hulu, and Disney Plus, in my opinion, the big three of the streaming sites, and why it's going to take so long for this app, in my opinion, to get off the ground and get going. So a little background. This is the third iteration of a streaming app that HBO has put out. It started back a couple years ago with HBO Go, which was an app you could get if you had a subscription, an over-the-top cable subscription. You can get this additional app and use it to watch all your HBO shows, like in the title, on the go. So say you missed last night's episode of Game of Thrones, you could watch it on the subway going to work. You could watch it on your commute coming home maybe. It was for HBO users already. And then they came out with HBO Now. But the problem is that they didn't ever really distinguish the difference between what was Go and what Now was. And instead of having one app that could do both, they made two separate apps. HBO Go for the HBO users who already had a cable subscription. HBO Now for the people who wanted an HBO subscription but didn't have cable. It was pitched as this is for people who are younger, cord cutters, individuals who probably will never own cable, but still want HBO's great content. So then HBO Now came out, and I'll admit it, I had an HBO Now. I had HBO Now in my last apartment complex because I had a smart TV and they didn't give me the right cable box. I got all my stuff over the air. All my stuff was through a smart TV. So because of that, they said, we'll throw in HBO for your troubles. I said, fine, and I lived a perfectly happy life for the first time through cable at my apartment complex. Now they have HBO Max, and you might be asking yourself, what's the difference between Go Now and Max? Well, Max is going to be more in the vein of Disney Plus than in the vein of Netflix. And what I mean by that is that HBO is going to has a big library of movies, has a big library of television shows. They have HBO Originals, which would be kind of similar, I guess, to Netflix Originals. But I think everybody can agree that HBO Originals are much better. And I don't think Orange is the New Black is comparable to The Wire or to The Sopranos. So HBO Max is going to be a streaming service. You can get it for $15 a month, which will make it very price heavy compared to Netflix, which is $9 a month, and Disney Plus, which is $7 a month. And you can get it. You can get Disney Plus with Hulu too, which is you can bundle them up, which I do again. It's a great deal. It's going to have movies from DC, Harry Potter, as well as shows like Friends, The Big Bang Theory, Rick and Morty, Doctor Who, new episodes of Adventure Time, and it's going to, I think, merge a lot of different things. It owns all of the Sesame Street. It's got the entire history catalog of Sesame Street, which is going to be an interesting thing too. It's a weird way that they've decided to kind of set this up too, and this is why I don't think it's going to work. They are going to they launched on Wednesday the 27th. They didn't have it on Amazon Fire Stick, which millions of Americans have, and they didn't have the app on Roku TVs, another TV platform that millions of Americans have, a very popular brand of smart TVs. So it makes sense that this is going to take a minute for them to get off the ground. You look at Disney Plus, which had a choppy out the gates to begin. They had all their stuff lined out months in advance. They knew this is what was this going to happen. This is this point. This is going to happen. This is at this point. This is going to happen. The Mandalorian and Clone Wars, Star Wars fans, they knew. Okay, these guys have been bitching and yelling at us on Twitter. They've been complaining on Reddit. They've been sending us angry fan mail for 4 years. They have been complaining. So we know that they have a passionate fan base. We're going to make 2 Star Wars television shows. We're going to put it exclusively on this app, and Star Wars fans will come running. And that's what they did. So they knew their audience. But it's gonna they're gonna own this content. HBO does. They own this film library from Warner Brothers. They own all their original content. But if you ask me, is it worth $15 a month? And that's really where I think another stumbling block they're going to have. So they start off, they don't have it on any streaming TVs. Or I should say fewer streaming TVs than they could. And then you have this price, which is $15 a month. I was talking to my brother about this. I said, if I wanted to watch live HBO, I'm going to have to get HBO Go. If I want to watch all of this HBO content, because they have 10,000 hours of content on this app, which I think is cheating because you got to think Game of Thrones is an hour, Sopranos is an hour. So that takes up a lot of the 1,000 hours right there. But, okay, 10,000 hours of content, but I can't watch live TV, can't watch live shows. I'm going to have to wait for them to either come out and then watch them, or I'm going to have to wait the next day. Because I'm pretty sure, from everything I've read, from everything I understand, maybe I'm missing something. Maybe you guys can tell me, hey, oh, Andrew, HBO Max, you can actually watch it before anybody else does. Okay, cool. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think so, but tell me if I am. I can't watch live HBO, and if I can't do that, I'm spending another $15 a month to watch live HBO. And if I have a subscription, say I do have a cable subscription, am I going to have to cancel my cable because I'm spending money through my cable bill and through HBO Max? And then this is the other thing. So now we've officially come to the point of the podcast where I get to complain about saturation in the streaming market. Everybody thinks that it's a good idea to stream. I think it's a group. Personally, as a 22-year-old, I stream 99% of the content that I watch, either on the computer, on my TV, on my phone, YouTube. I am streaming 99% of the content that I am taking in. With that said, I am not the majority of the population. 22-year-olds, 23-year-olds, 18-year-olds aren't the majority of the population. There are still a ton of Americans who are going to want to watch their TV with cable. And I'm worried, and I'm not, I don't want to say I'm not super worried because I don't care that much, but I do think about this, that I was talking to an older gentleman at my work, and he was telling me that brick and mortar stores will never go away. Even with JCPenney's going bankrupt, there's still going to be stores that sell pants and shirts because there always are going to be people who want to put clothes on before they buy them. Now, 22, a dress looks cute. I can buy it on Forever 21. It's going to get to me like 2 days later. Great. But at 60, I kind of want to make sure my jeans fit. I want to make sure that I don't have like a frumpy going up in the front. I need to make sure that I don't look like, an old man. That matters to a lot of old dudes. So I think that we're always going to have cable. I think we're always going to have a physical box at some point. I don't think that's going to go away. But the streaming market right now is so oversaturated. And Netflix has such a lead. Like, what people don't understand when they look at all of these like streaming numbers, because Netflix doesn't put out their numbers, but if you ask anybody, 9 times out of 10, they're going to have Netflix over any of the other streaming apps. And maybe HBO Max knows that, and that's why the price is $15 a month. Maybe they know, hey, this content's better than anything else you're going to get on the other streaming apps. That's why it's $15 a month. You're not going to get to watch Friends for anywhere else. We are the exclusive owners of Friends, so you're going to have to come here to watch it. Maybe that's worth $15 a month to some people, but to me, I'm looking at it like this: that I could either get 1 month of HBO Max, or I could get about a month of Disney Plus and Netflix for the same price. And the content that those two streaming services are putting out, not that terrible. You know me, I rail against Netflix all the time on this podcast. I call their shows crap. I call their movies mediocre. I say that if you're going to really want to spend money on something, get Hulu, get Disney Plus, watch something else. But I'm looking at this Max deal, and I just can't think that this is going to be successful because of the history that HBO's had with streaming apps between Go and Now, and the confusion that they've had now with 3 streaming apps in the App Store with Go, Now, and Max. It raises a lot of red flags to me. It makes me very cautious if I was going to, say, buy stock in this company. It makes me very cautious if I was going to, say, buy a future. If I said, like, do you want Disney Plus's future, or do you want HBO Plus's future, or HBO Max's future? Quibi's are essentially dead on arrival. Peacock is going to launch in July, which is the all NBC. It's the all NBC app. Apple TV Plus, that's come out after its initial arrival. We haven't heard very much. I think it's going to take 2 or 3 years before they become a staple. Like I said, the streaming service wars right now, it feels like Netflix and everybody else. And I don't know how you fight that off. I don't know how that you get to that point. But it's one of those things where, you know, whoever comes first, right, is already going to have a massive lead. Amazon came out and was selling books, and now they sell everything, and now they have an incredible lead on any other store. There's no other store on the internet that's going to be bigger or more profitable than Amazon, unless in some unforeseeable future somebody says something and does something and breaks them up. But for the time being, they are the leader in the clubhouse. Okay? Google, kind of the same way. They were a search engine. They weren't the first search engine, but they were the first one that jumped up really high. And then, boom, they had a insurmountable lead on everybody else. Bing, Internet Explorer, Firefox, nobody's using them. You're saying Google. Hey, what are you doing? Oh, I'm Googling it. Oh, where? Oh, on Internet Explorer. Like, even if you have Bing, you're going to download Google Chrome with Bing. So it doesn't matter. Like, they are so far ahead in the clubhouse, and that is what Netflix is in this streaming war race. This is the only thing that I can think of. We've railed against HBO Max. This is the only thing I can think of to make it better. The only thing I can think that can make this, like, better is, A, they have to get a contract with Roku and Amazon ASAP. I know that there's some inner squabbling between AT&T and Amazon. I know that there's a little back and forth between those two parent companies, but they need to get a deal done ASAP, because the more chances that people have to download this app, the better I think this app is going to do. That's the first thing. The second thing is, I think that they have to find a way to partner up with another company. And AT&T DirecTV, they own HBO, so it wouldn't shock me if in the near future, DirecTV subscribers got like some deal and they said, hey, you get your first year of HBO Max for free, and that's how they kind of get people in. But they need to come up with some partnership with another company, or with another subsidiary of the same Amazon family, or AT&T family, and just push it out that way. Because as the time is right now, I guarantee you it's probably top 5 in the App Store. I'm not going to look for you guys, but I'm pretty sure it's like going to be like top 5 in the App Store, because it's day 2 of this arrival. But the 10,000 hours thing, kind of cheap. The fact that it's going to have some new content, maybe, okay. I don't know how much I'd buy that. And then this comes out now on May 27th. Everybody else seems to have been able to rush their products onto the market when we knew the coronavirus wasn't going to go away in a week, in a month. We knew it was going to be here for a while. This is what I'm going to end the podcast on. I gotta ask, HBO, AT&T, the guys over there, was it so far still in beta? Were you running out so many kinks that you couldn't push this thing to market a month ago? Like, honestly, if you have this product and there are millions of Americans stuck at home, and they, like I said, it's not 2008. People have money. People are sitting on money. They want to spend it. They want to go out and spend this. Amazon stock's up like 28%. Like they are spending money some other place. Was it so much trouble to push this thing out earlier? Like, your day one numbers are going to be okay, but imagine if this came out a month ago and this was the first month of this app, and you could have cut out some of the bugs that it might have. You could have added some content. You don't have to put all 10,000 hours on at the start. You can slowly put things on. Oh, The Sopranos are on now. Oh, The Wire's on now. And make it like a big deal that these new shows are launching, or old new shows are launching on your app. Is it that much trouble to do? Because it seems like it would have helped. All right, that's going to do it for the show. We're talking about the NFL. We're going to talk ourselves out of all 32 NFL quarterbacks and Taysom Hill. And then we're going to talk baseball. And we got a little bit more on the basketball scene. We're probably going to group those together, baseball and basketball. And a little bit more on these protests that are happening and player activism. That might be on the baseball one too, or basketball one too. So you might get like 2 podcasts, three more podcasts. They're all really good. So please continue to like, share, and subscribe. Please continue to send them to the ends of the internet, and hopefully we can get something going. I tried to do the Twitch thing. I'm going to end on this. I tried to do the Twitch thing for you guys. I tried to figure it out. And the internet service at my house is so bad. It's awful. Don't know how I can even watch YouTube videos. It's incredible. B, it was asking me for this like multi-monitor setup, and I was very confused. I didn't really understand like what I was doing, and I'm not gonna lie to you. Once I hit a couple of the speed bumps, I was like, I don't really want to spend a ton of time on this. So if somebody else has any help, if somebody thinks that they can help me out with this Twitch thing, and they think that they can figure this out for me, let me know. Be very interested in doing it for you guys, but I gotta figure out what I'm doing. So thank you so much. Stay safe.